Show your shirt.
It's a pretty fancy hairdo tie. So this is one of the many things I like about this Jeep. This is a 6-speed manual. I'm going to put it in 4 low, first gear, and just let out the clutch, and I'll climb right up over this bank. Eve is with me. She has her doubts.
This is a really bad idea.
So Eve is turning 16 in a few months.
Yep.
I'm going to start practicing driving. I'm not sure if that's on the driver's test, but it should be. But that's pretty neat, isn't it? Put it in 4 low, first gear, climbs right up over that bank.
Yep.
Do you think you'll want to drive a manual transmission or an automatic?
Automatic.
Really? You'll get used to it. Welcome back, everyone. Mike here. And for those of you visiting our channel for the first time, I'll tell you briefly what we're all about here. We live in Western Pennsylvania, and we're into what I like to call the finer things in life. We have a sawmill. We cut a lot of firewood. We're into chainsaws, tractors. We have a Jeep, all those sorts of things. Basically, anything we do outside here on our property in Western Pennsylvania. So if you're into that sort of thing and you feel like it, go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit the little bell icon beside it, and you'll get notifications when we upload. So today's video is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to seeing on our channel. Normally we do videos on projects and things we're doing here on our property, but today we're going to talk about the new Ford Bronco. A few weeks ago I mentioned in a video that Melissa and I reserved a new Bronco. Now that really doesn't mean anything. All that means is you put $100 down, and then you are one of the first ones that will actually be able to order one and spec one out. So in other words, we didn't order one yet. We didn't spec it out, anything like that. But when you reserve it, the dealer calls you, which they already did, and they said, I think it's 1st of December, middle of December. You come in, spec it all out exactly the way you want it, and we won't even take delivery of it until next spring. But anyway, when I mentioned that in a video, that wasn't what the video is about. There was a lot of comments from other Jeep people. Now, Melissa and I, we have a Jeep. This is our second one. We have a 2017 Sahara 4-door. It's a 6-speed manual, and we absolutely love it. Before that, we had a 2015, a red one. And the first one we had, we didn't lift it or anything. This one here, we put a 3.5-inch JKS suspension on it and 35-inch tires. But anyway, in that video, there are several comments, few from some Jeep people like, don't you like your Jeep? Why would you get a Bronco? So today I thought I'm just going to kind of talk about maybe 5 different reasons why someone who really enjoys and loves their Jeep would buy a Bronco. And we're going to keep them both. We are. I'm not going to trade the Jeep in. We'll have it and the Bronco. So like I said, 5 reasons why a family that's very happy with their Jeep would consider buying a Bronco. Now, number one, I am a Ford guy. I will admit that. I'm not like a Ford fanboy or anything like that. I've had both Ford and Chevy. I've just had pretty good luck with Ford. I love our F-150. We used to have a Ford Excursion. I wish I never sold that vehicle. It had the 7.3 Power Stroke. I sold that when it had, I think, 218,000 miles on it, and it was still running strong. We had an Expedition. Matter of fact, funny story about the Ford Expedition we had. It had a gazillion miles on it. I think it had aluminum heads on it. The heads warped, head gasket leaked, the back end, somebody ran into it. I mean, this thing was rough shape, right? So I put it like on Craigslist or something to sell it. You know, clearly stated everything that was wrong with it. Some guy emails me, he's interested in it. He was from Mexico. Couldn't believe it. I said, hey, it's pretty rough. He says, yeah, I know. You know, I want to buy it. All right. He flew to the local airport near us. Came, checked it out, we went, transferred the title, and he drove it to Mexico. I mean, we were afraid to drive it down the street, and this guy drove it to Mexico. Whatever. But anyway, I always liked Fords. I've had several Chevys over the years. I just seem to favor the Fords. I don't get in arguments with people over what they drive, Ford, Chevy, Dodge. Don't care what anybody else drives. So that would be reason number one. I do like Fords, always have, always will. The second reason I decided to reserve a new Bronco is I always loved the look of the old Broncos. I remember them when I was a kid, seeing them around. I never owned one either, but now's my chance. And I think they just nailed it on the look of the new one. I mean, it's a perfect mix of old and new. They look fantastic in my opinion. And believe it or not, most everywhere that I'm reading, I don't see a lot of people that don't like the look of them. They did a fantastic job on the design of the new Bronco. The third reason is competition. I love competition. I think it makes us all stronger. I think it makes company put out better products. And this is coming from a Jeep owner. Like I said, we're very pleased with our Jeep. We do the Jeep Wave. We have a blast with that vehicle. But I love seeing someone else step up to the plate to give customers what they want. And what this will do, it will push Jeep to the next level. And they'll go back and forth. And I think it'll be good for everybody. Now, the fourth reason, not only did Ford do a wonderful job in the design of the new Bronco, I also think they really did their homework, and they tried to give the consumer exactly what I wanted, and I think they succeeded at that. Now, like I said, we're a Jeep owner. We've had 2 Jeeps right now, love them. But there are certain little things that you'd like to see a little bit differently, and I think the new Bronco has that covered. One thing I can think of off the top of my head, so many people, you go out and you buy a new Jeep, you spend $40,000 or whatever it is, and the first thing you do, you pull the new wheels and tires off of it, put a lift kit on it, and put 35-inch tires on it, and you spend another couple $1,000s. Whereas the Bronco, you can get them straight from the factory with 35s, which I think is a great idea. The other thing, like the mirrors on the doors, not a big deal at all, but you take the doors off, around here you have to have mirrors. You got to buy mirrors to put on. Bronco, it's not like that. They're body-mounted mirrors. But every little thing I've seen so far in the Bronco, I really like. I do. I think it's a home run for them. And I'm actually excited about getting one. I really am. It's been a long time since I was excited about getting a vehicle. Normally for us, it's just a tool or a mode of transportation. But yeah, I think the new Bronco will be a lot of fun, and we're really looking forward to it. Now, the fifth and final reason that I'm going to get a new Bronco is this. And I think this one is the most important one, at least for me. A couple weeks ago, I'm watching this video on YouTube on Ford's channel where they did the reveal of the new Bronco. And there's all these people waiting. Then you see people that own Jeeps, they're commenting, and people that had old Broncos. And people are kind of going back and forth, all in good fun, right? And there was a lot of hype and a lot of buildup. That part of it's not important. What's important to me is knowing that we're still doing things like that here in America. You know what I mean? We're not just putting out a car, here, this is what you need to buy for your family. No, they're trying to get people what the consumer actually wants, and I think there's people pour their heart and soul into this. When I see a new vehicle, you know, a lot of people look at that sticker price and say that's ridiculous, and I'll admit it, new vehicles are very expensive, but I think of, it's just the way I am, I don't know why, I think of the people, you know, burning the midnight oil, working on the design of that vehicle, the guy on the factory floor, and I just think it's good for the economy, good for the country, the competition. I think Ford hit a home run, I do. And what I thought when I was watching that video is everything going on in the country, it was all kind of out the window. We weren't really even paying attention to any of that. But anyway, that's the story on the new Bronco and why we decided to get one. Like I said, we won't have it till next spring. We're going to keep the Jeep. And by the way, that'll make some neat videos. We'll do some comparison videos on that, and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks.